I'm the type of person, if I think my homeboys are funny, I'm gonna put them in an acting position. I'm not finna just have them on the road with me doing stand-up.
Right.
And so just to put somebody on the road with you is cool. You put money in their pocket. But if you really want to see your homeboy win, I feel like you put them in your TV, in your films. Even with Think Like a Man, that's what really catapulted his career to the next level. Shaq All-Star helped, but it was when he started Think Like a Man.
As a movie star, yeah. As stand-up, he was already, yeah.
Right. I know you do want to do acting.
More acting.
And so me personally, if I know this is my... and I know this is his dream, I'm gonna be like, man, get in this movie role real quick. I like
a small role.
Yeah, the small role, because I know it's gonna help build the credits. So I ask you, why don't you think Kevin don't put you in his films?
I don't feel entitled, and he's not obligated to do any of that stuff. I'm just grateful for what he has done. But honestly, I don't know.
Man, we got one of my favorite comedians in the game. I always tell this dude he's a star, bruh. It ain't just about his stand-up comedy, it's about his comedic acting. And I'm gonna tell you when I knew how great your comedic acting was. This is why you haven't been in any Kevin stuff. When like this
coming in hot.
This too good. No, I'm joking. But he did a special, and y'all did a sketch or something before.
The bank robbery.
Yeah, the bank robbery. Naeem was firing. I'm talking about on all cylinders in that sketch, bruh. And I was like, this is incredible. And that's when I knew how great he was as a comedic actor. But from Assisted Living with Tyler Perry, over 100 episodes.
Over 150.
Over 150 episodes. They shoot 30 in a day.
Yeah, they go up.
Exactly, yep.
Over 150 episodes of Assisted Living, touring with Kevin Hart, one of the Plastic Cup Boyz. Man, the one and only Naeem Lynn.
Come on, man,
baby. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
How you doing, brother?
Intro, bro. I'm good, man. I'm good.
I wanted to start it off like, man. So, I guess I want to start it off with, even before you got with Kevin and all that, like, what was your childhood and upbringing like? And where you from originally?
I'm from Hillside, New Jersey. It's a suburb of Newark. My family's from Newark, and like it was one of those, like, if you made it to the town over, then you was doing good or doing better. You know, so grew up in Jersey. My childhood was cool. Single parent home, one brother. My father was, you know, in the picture emotionally. He wasn't there physically because he didn't live in New Jersey for most of my childhood. But I graduated from high school, went to school in Philadelphia, and started doing comedy like my junior year.
High school?
No, of college.
Oh, college, okay.
Yeah. And then that's when I met Kev, like, right away. But we didn't start working together till like 3 years later.
Now, before that, what was the transition between, because I was reading that you were into physical therapy. So what was that transition to say, I'm gonna drop that and get into this comedy thing?
So, first and foremost, I didn't realize that as a major, physical therapy is a graduate course. So you have to go to school, you have to major like in kinesiology as an undergrad. And when I first got to school, my advisor was like, yeah, she was very discouraging. She was like, yeah, it's very competitive, and it's like, I'm just getting here. Like, I already ain't got no confidence.
Right.
It's very competitive. You know, a lot of people don't make it. And I'm like, damn, all right. So, but I was doing okay in school. Just growing up being a fan of comedy. I was never that person like people like, oh, you should be a comedian. Nobody never, as a matter of fact, when I said I was going to do it, like people in my family was like, is that funny? You know what I'm saying? So it was just something that I had always been a fan of from Eddie Murphy Raw, and I had his comedy album, The Joint with the Flower and the little small afro, and I used to watch Partners in Crime with Robert Townsend. Till this day, Illin in Philly is one of my favorite comedy specials. Tommy Davidson.
Underrated, boy.
And then when Def Jam came in, it was just like, I used to tape it every Friday, like, and then I was like, yo, I'm funny. When you watch a lot of comedy, you start trying to be funny at least.
Right.
And I was funny amongst my friends, back of the bus funny, going to games and shit, and I played sports. And to answer your question, it was something that was always just in my mind. Like, I wonder if I could do that. And one of my friends who I work with to this day, and we grew up together, Jonathan Martin. You know Jonathan?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know Jonathan. So we've known each other since kindergarten. Went to kindergarten together, and we graduated high school together. He started doing comedy in high school. And when he told me that, I was like blown away. Like where? How'd you do it? I had mad questions. And then he he graduated, and then he went to the Ringling Brothers clown college, and he became a clown.
Oh wow.
So
What year was this?
This was 96.
It was too late.
Yeah.
I guess 90s. I mean, Ringling Brothers was still popping in 96.
Nah, but he ended up going to their college, and then the Universal Soul Circus recruited him from the college. Like, yo, come work with us. We a black circus. We starting off. We're gonna pay you more.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
So seeing him, he inspired me to feel like, yo, I can maybe really do this. And then when I was in college, I would just start thinking like, I want to get on stage and try this out, but I didn't really know comedy clubs existed. I didn't know what to do. So this guy that he was the same year as me, he used to do these talent shows called Baptism by Fire, which was like a spoken word type thing. And I was like, yo, next time you do a show, let me know like a month in advance. I want to prepare a routine and try to do stand-up. And I seen him one day, he's like, yo, we doing a show in a month if you still want to do it. So I just started writing my shit out. First time on stage, I did like 20 minutes.
Damn.
Word.
Which is, people don't do that. I did like 20, and I wasn't that nervous about performing. I was more nervous about remembering my routine because it was so long. And
how was it though?
I got standing on my first time. That's probably one of my only standouts in my career. I probably haven't. I'm not really a comic that gets standing O's like that. So, but I got a standing O. I think it was just the appreciation of like, yo, this is this dude's first time. He came. He got a whole routine. It was somewhat funny,
Yeah.
And it was great. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm next. And then the next time I performed, which was at school again, about a month later, I bombed and I quit.
Oh, for how long?
Like 6 months. I was embarrassed. So when you perform in front of a comedy club, it's strangers. If you do bad, it don't matter. I performed in front of my peers, my classmates, and I had to see them again the next day.
Jeez.
And it was uncomfortable as hell. I came to school. I didn't want to go to school. But I was like, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna sit in my. And people's like, yeah, I don't even know what to say, bro. I was like, nah, I'm good. But I wasn't. I quit. That was one of the worst feelings I ever had. I was like, I ain't never doing this again.
That's a really unique perspective from you because you read as extremely confident.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously now because of your skill set and how how it's going to go down, so on and so forth. But to hear you ever had even moments like that where you were uncomfortable about anything, even the kinesiology. What was it? What we say?
Kinesiology.
That's what it was. That's
okay.
I was struggling with that. I was about to give myself a hernia.
So I was very easily embarrassed in my younger years. Right, I had bad skin. I felt I was very insecure. So if I didn't do well the first time on stage, we wouldn't be here right now. I would have never done it again. So God prepared me that way by giving me some success and then taking it away to humble me. And then it took one of my friends to convince me to get on stage again like 6 months later, and I did. And I did okay. And then homecoming of that year, Michael Collier came to my school to perform. And I begged the lady at Student Activities to let me open for him, let me do a set. And she took me through the ringer, man. She made me find the tape, and I was able to get my hands on the tape from the first show.
Oh, wow.
And then she was like, if Mike says it's okay, you can go up. So Mike get there, he's like, yeah, I don't care. Talent was hosting, and I did 3 minutes, and I killed that shit. And that's when I was like, all right.
Redemption.
Yeah, I killed it in 3 minutes. And then I was like, it was one of them things like, I gotta go. And then people like, oh, like that type shit. But once I started doing comedy in college and I got into it, then nothing else really mattered. Like it was, going to school didn't even really matter. It's like, all right, my mother has been paying for me to go to school, so I'm gonna try to finish. And then I end up not finishing. But physical therapy was the thing that I decided I wanted to do because I had an injury in high school and I had to go through physical therapy. And I was like, this shit kind of cool. Like the lady was mad cool that was helping me,
Right.
that got me back right. I was like, this is something I might want to do. You know, it's still kind of like in sports. I was an athlete, so. But then once the comedy set in, then I was like, nah, this is it.
You injured yourself playing sports?
Yeah, I got ran over playing football.
That's honest.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I got ran over on the last play of the game. They trucked the shit out of me.
Jeez.
That was mine. So, okay, and so you started doing stand-up in college.
Mm-hmm.
And then at what point did you run into Kevin and Spank?
So Spank went to college with me. Spank got kicked out of school. He went to Lincoln first, then he transferred to Temple, which is where I went, and Wayne went there as well. Wayne was on the football team.
Wow.
So we all knew each
It's
other.
literally the same team.
Wow.
Yeah, we all knew each other from college. And Spank was just mad friendly. You know, he came and became popular right away. And I used to see him outside on the corner, like in front of the Student Activity Center, and we started chopping it up. He saw me. I'm probably the reason why he started doing comedy. One of the reasons, because he saw me bomb at school, and he's like, "This nigga," because you know people. It was a little buzz going on, and I hosted a step show, and I was in there stinking it up. And he was like, "This nigga terrible. I can do this shit," you know. So that's how I met Spank. I met Kev probably like on one of the early shows that I did. He hosted at my school. Like once I started doing stand up, then they used to just throw comedy shows for it was other students trying to do it too at the school. And whenever comedians would come in and that were booked comedians, the promoter would always, he knew I was gonna be there. He would always get me to host the show, you know, and I would do it for free because I just wanted to get on stage.
Yeah.
So I met Kev at one of the early shows, and then we just were in the same, you know, circuit. We was doing the Laugh House in Philly, and I would do the Boston Comedy Club in New York. And one day we were on the show together, and I was driving back to Philly and he asked for a ride. And that's a 2-hour ride, so we just talked that whole ride, and that's how we kind of like really, we bonded and got cool at first. Then we started playing video games. You know, that's how men always bond.
Right.
And then he was like, yo, I got this show in Atlantic City, so if you ever want to host it when I'm out of town, you can. I was like, hell yeah. I started hosting that shit. It was a terrible show. It's called Sweet Cheeks. He talk about it all the time. They throw food at you and shit. And
That's hilarious.
it was terrible. They paid like $250.
Hey,
We talking about 2001.
that's good money back
Yeah,
then.
and then you at the casino right there. You make your little bit of money, go try to flip it. Man, that was damn near my rent back then.
Dang. So when you seen him perform back then, did you see it though? Was you like, yo, he got something a little special compared to some of these other comics that I'm looking at?
Well, he was winning the local competitions. We did the Bud Light competition. He killed that shit. Me personally, I thought he was okay, but he had like relationship jokes early, and I had never even really experienced a relationship like that, so I couldn't relate to that type of stuff. And I knew that he had a buzz in the city, and then when he started fucking with Keith Robinson and going to New York and all that, he was really starting to bubble real quick. But if nobody else saw it, he saw it. He said that everything that he's doing, he said he was going to do it. He's doing more than he said he was going to do, actually.
What is the experience like for you when lightning strikes that close to you? Because I'm kind of somewhat experiencing that now with Nate, because it's like, this is just my boy. We was roommates. Shit, we was all in the grind. Everybody's funny. Was like, and then she's like, oh man, that's kind of great.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? That perspective of seeing it, especially when you're as good as you are. So it's like, oh, this. It's like, it's love and it's interesting, but it is a very unique perspective to be that close to it.
Well, first of all, I don't have no hate in me, so I was excited for his success.
Yeah.
You know, and he had waves. Like, you know, he came in when we first started working together. Paper Soldiers had just came out or was about to come out, and then he did Soul Plane, and he had his sitcom, which was my idea, and then it was just like him just doing a bunch of small parts. So it really was a long time before that lightning that you speak of came about, and that was really with the comedy specials. I think once, because he put out Grown Little Man, then he did the Shaq All-Star Show, and that got him more attention than Grown Little Man. And then he was selling out comedy clubs, and then he decided like, yo, we're gonna try this theater thing. And then the theater thing went good, and then he did Seriously Funny. And that's when like he really started to bubble. And then the movies came a couple years later.
So let me ask you this: I
didn't really answer your question though. I'm sorry. You asking how do I feel about it?
how does your that journey of perceiving it? Because you got to see it.
Yeah,
so it's
I saw it from its inception.
Yeah. So just seeing it that up close gives you a very unique perspective.
Yeah, I was excited for him. I was just like, and I mean, I was excited for myself as well. Like, yo, this is going to change things for me in certain ways too. And that was partially based off the promises he had made, you know. So I was like, oh shit, like we on.
Right.
we on. Yeah.
I have to ask this. What is your writing process like? You are a tried and true tested comic. The art form, you are like very pure to it. The way that you time out bits, the way that you craft new material, it's always something new. It's always hilarious. I can see it hit you. Now I got to work through it. Now I'm finding all the buttons I wanted, and now it's killing. And now that's here, and now it's into the new thing. I'm like, sheesh, like your processing is fast. So?
If you are a true comic, I feel like you're just always ready to receive. And if you're not, then you're missing out on tons of material. You always got to be, everything that happens, I'm ready to receive. I'm like, oh, that. And then even sometimes I'm having conversations with my friends, and they're like, yo, that's a bit. And I'm like, you're right. And I'll write it down. So I just kind of jot things down in my notes on my phone, and then I just go try it. Sometimes I'll write the whole joke out, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to read it from my phone while I'm performing. So as long as I got the basis of it, then I get up and I just work it out. And sometimes you have jokes that you think are going to be way funnier, and they're not. And then you have jokes that you like, this ain't that good, and it ends up being great.
That's what I want to know. Y'all done toured all over the world. What's some crazy story that's done happened while y'all been on tour? That you can share.
and go back home
and go back home
and still working.
right. Keep your family together.
Yeah, I'm definitely not incriminating nobody.
Yeah. Y'all ain't like no crazy fans, nobody pop up, no heckler.
There's been a lot of fights at our shows.
Damn.
What up, y'all? Thank you for watching, man. Listen, we appreciate you, but I need you to go ahead and hit that little subscribe. Don't hit the little subscribe button. Thank you. That didn't take but so long. Look at you. Harmless. Really.
Yeah. And a lot of times they happen while I'm on stage. And it's the worst because if you're in the arena, you just hear commotion. You don't know what's going on. People not listening to you no more. So you kind of got to you got to stop for a second and let whatever the security address it or whatever. I dropped the ball so bad one time on it was a fight. We was in Detroit, and I probably could have got off stage. I thought about it after I got off stage. I was like, why didn't I say that? Because a fight broke out, and it was going crazy. And I was just like, I said some hacky shit like, "Hey, can't take niggas nowhere," some bullshit like that, right? But if I'd have just simply like, Ron Artest? If I hit him like, is that Ron Artest up there?
Right.
That shit went crazy.
Hit you always after?
Yeah, it hit me after. But as far as crazy stories, man, most of the funniest stories were when it was just me and Kev. Like, I don't know, we've almost died before.
What was that?
We was driving to do a show somewhere. It was just me and him, and we like in a Dodge, a Neon, and it was one of those freeways where it's one lane each way, but it's like a 50 mile per hour. He doing something, whatever. And the car coming, this how close the car was that was coming from the other side. It knocked the mirror off.
Ooh, sheesh.
That's inches. Like if it was like 2 more inches,
yeah,
right,
he'd have been fucked up.
Right.
That happened one time. I always been really good with direction. I have a great sense of direction, and back then it wasn't no GPS. It was MapQuest. You had to print the shit out.
Yeah.
And I just was so good with my sense of direction. So we drove 4 hours to some community college in Colorado, and we drive there, and I'm like, shit, I don't need that shit going back. I know the turns. It was probably like 5 turns because most of it was freeway.
Right.
Man, I miss one of them turns. I miss one of the turns. And I got to the foot of a mountain.
Oh,
mountain.
Sheesh.
I was like, hey, you remember this?
Oh,
it was really like, I got to the bottom of a mountain and it was like, yo, where the fuck are we? And then I had to, pull this shit out. I drove like 30 minutes out the way. But I can't think of nothing off. Nate, who was our roadman and just passed away recently.
R.I.P. Nate.
Man, we had a lot of funny stories with him. But, man, I can't think of nothing offhand. We so private, and, something has to happen to where it triggers the memory.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of funny shit with Nate. Nate, you ever met Nate before?
One time, I think, probably backstage or something.
Nate was mean as fuck, bro. He was just a mean dude. We loved him, but he was mean as hell. I mean, one time
mean as into the camp or just the outside people?
He was mean to everybody. He was mean to us. He was mean to whoever else was working in production. They hated him. So one time we was running late to the show. We driving in the car with Nate, and he yelling at some. He got road rage trying to get to the loading dock, and this dude got the cussing at Nate. Jumped out the car on him. Nate was like, "You want some tickets?" Nigga already going to the show. You want some tickets to the show? He was about to fuck Nate up. But Nate, yeah. I'm sorry, I don't have no good stories for you off the bat.
No, that was solid. Edge of the mountain is. We didn't. I thought in my mind I saw a cliff. I didn't know where you were going. You talk about being receptive as a comedian. What did life teach you yesterday?
Yesterday, literally yesterday.
Yeah. Or I'll leave that open to your discussion.
Man, we always going through stuff in life, and as entertainers, we have a lot of pressure on us to perform no matter what. People don't give a shit what's going on in our life. They pay their money. They want you to get up there and be funny. And it's actually one of my favorite parts of the job. It's like it shows true professionalism. But every day that I procrastinate and I don't do the work, I'm missing out on what's destined for me. And that's a daily lesson. But I have to be in the right mind frame and the work for me is just doing the writing, not so much the joke writing, because like I said, I'm always ready to receive the material. But when it comes to the script stuff, right, because I'm in that space in my career where I really got to take things into my own hands. And I got something great that I'm working on that I feel like I procrastinate sometimes, but I know it's because of my mental. If I'm depressed and I just can't, I'm always, the fatigue is setting in, I'm tired, and I know I can't really produce what I need to produce. And then in the same note, I feel like what I'm doing is so good that I got to take my time with it. And if I don't do it right, I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna finish it, and it's gonna be dope. But as a person who deals with depression, when you feel so confident about something and you see a glimmer of hope for you to have some happiness, and you're vulnerable to that,
yeah,
when it doesn't happen, it spirals you into a deeper depression. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you I know that this is something that can be great, and I feel good about it, and I'm putting everything into it. But then if it doesn't work, then I'm gonna be worse off than where I started.
Do you think there's a fear because of that?
Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
It's like I'm courageous through it all. Like I'm still going to do it, but a little bit of fear. Like when I did my pilot that I did the other day, y'all saw it, right?
Yeah,
you
I like
my
it.
screening, right?
Yeah.
So that was a passion project, and all through my career, I've been able to say, when I did the work, I received the results. And whatever stuff that I'm not getting is because I'm not doing the work. And that was the first time where I did the work and I put my heart into it. I put my money where my mouth is, and nothing came out of it. So it didn't spiral me into a deeper depression. It more so because I feel so strong about the materials, like they don't get it. And what do I got to do to get somebody to get it? And there's so many success stories. You got Squid Game where the guy heard no for 10 years. And then they finally gave it to him, and then it's
boom.
He's out of here. And I'm like, what do I got to do to get that? But as far as my success and where I'm at now, and people look at me differently than I look at myself, which is probably surprising to some people because they look at me and they think that I'm arrogant or I have this. I do have, my confidence is there. But I don't really look at myself as a celebrity. 150 episodes in, I don't look at myself as that. I look at myself as an entertainer. And I happen to be on TV. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm just that one thing away from changing it all. And I feel like the reason why I haven't got it yet is because for whatever reason, I'm not ready.
Who is they to you? When you say they don't get it, who is they to you?
The powers that be. The people, the networks,
Gatekeepers.
whoever saw my show.
The suits.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your, so when you are feeling defeated, what's your coping mechanism? Like what do you turn to?
That's my favorite.
Crack cocaine.
Smoke a little crack. Nah, I'm thinking about that because right now, what I just described as far as the project I'm working on right now, I really shouldn't feel like that because I don't be feeling defeated. I just feel like people don't get it. I feel like they're stupid and this is great. So what I do whenever I feel defeated with anything in life, I take my time to feel. You gotta feel. And then I accept that I can't change it. If it's something that I can't change, why am I dwelling on it? So you feel for a minute. I read this book. It's called The Miracle Morning. And in that book, the guy talks about how he was a knife salesman. And he went all the way, he drove like to the IE or some shit. Hour drive.
Yeah.
And then he get there and the woman has a sign on her door that's like, I don't want the knives. So he's livid. You could have told me that shit before I came here. I just drove an hour for you to say, well, you could have just told me you don't want it. So a friend of his told him that when something happens that you cannot change, you take 5 minutes to feel and reflect. And if you want to cuss and yell or whatever, you do that. And then you say to yourself, can't change it. And you move on. And that's kind of how I am with things. You know, it's like, all right, that happened. Okay, what's next?
I always think about Chappelle and how he did 13 pilots before he got Chappelle's show on the air. And so, you know, I think that's how we kind of always got to like put things in perspective. It's like, you know, this business has a lot of no's. You gonna get a bunch of no's, and you know, we just got to keep pushing forward.
At least the machine believed in him enough to keep trying though.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't want to leave this yet, because the reception from the pilot. Do you love what happened in the room?
Hell yeah, that was one of the best days of my life.
Do you love the work?
Did I like it?
I haven't seen it, so yeah.
When I watched it,
yes.
yeah, I thought it was great, and
man.
There was an energy in the room that was so good, man. Like I'm like, yo, regardless of what people may think about me or say about me, people are here to support. It was no hate in that room. Like everybody was there, like, let's see what this nigga did.
Yeah.
And I already liked it watching it by myself, but then when you watch something with some people, it's hard to laugh by yourself,
Right.
or enjoy something by yourself. So when I saw everybody in the room just dying laughing, and I felt like the acting was good, the story was good, and it was really just a proof of concept to say, hey, this is what this could be with the right money and production. And it was great, man. It was here in Hollywood, it was the best. Then I did it in New York and I did it in Atlanta, and it was cool there, but out here was the best. That very first one when I was really amongst my peers and everything, man, that was one of the best days of my life, bro.
Man, listen, man, you're not wrong. You deciding to do something on your own and putting the energy and the efforts into it and loving what came out, you're not wrong.
Right. That's why I wasn't a complete failure.
Yeah. Hey, man, fuck them people, bro. Like I know Hollywood makes us be away because of how they move, but at today, I mean, it's slipping through their fingers, bro. The whatever these ideas and concepts are, which allows them to not take no risks, to keep regurgitating the same thing over and over and over again, and it's not working, you guys. YouTube just passed Netflix in subscribers and watch hours. It's like, I think that we are the future. I think that scripted, produced by the creatives, is going to change everything. And so you're not wrong, you just early.
Yeah.
And don't let they discourage you. You're right. Fuck them. They ain't got no ideas. They ain't gonna do nothing but do goddamn.
That's a fact.
The same bullshit ass shit that they've been doing.
Yep.
But out of that,
Beetlejuice 3.
That's it, baby. That's what's coming.
And while to that same thing, but it's so interesting dealing with people who just dealing with people who don't get it sometimes. But that's how you birth the Tylers and the other people and the Hoves, and they just be like, and then by the time people catch up, we like you fumbled.
It's hard. And I guess now it's so fresh in my mind because we're on the precipice of one building this out, because this idea is under the concept of like the idea that when the new season of Assisted Living is coming out and it's time to go promote, the fact that in the perfect world you have to get on the plane, go to the East Coast, do the Breakfast Club, I say the whole idea was like there should be something in LA where you could come promote, do shit, yada yada yada. And on top of that, Kev was just in that seat, the other Kev, and it was like
Kev on stage.
Kev on stage is and it's like, okay, he did the projects because he felt that same thing. It was like, man, I love Churchy. I feel like it's good. It's just like like there was kind of this hang up, and then fast forward to it does better than most of the shit on the thing. It's like, no, we're not wrong. We're not wrong. We know what funny is. Right. You're working on funny every night. You got a way better handle than the days.
I wanted to know, have you or like the Plastic Cup Boyz, do y'all ever take y'all projects to Heartbeat and like pitch them ideas?
So with my pilot that I produced, I was hoping they would get behind it. I thought Peacock would be a great home for it. And I know Kevin has a deal with them. He has a deal with them and everybody, So I was hoping they would get behind it. And they didn't. So it just was what it was. That's the only thing that I've done really. I've had ideas before. Well, I'm like, I got an idea, but this is the first time where I actually did this shit.
Got it. But have y'all ever thought about like doing like this two-part question. Do you like being associated as a Plastic Cup Boy? And if so, have y'all thought about doing like a movie, like a Plastic Cup Boyz movie, like whatever like y'all Friday is, or Don't Be a Man, like something that's kind of low budget, it only take like $2 to $3 million to shoot, and y'all write something and y'all come together and do something. Has that ever been a thought?
Nah.
No.
we were gonna do we were trying to do like a little reality type show before. We had the producer from what's the shit, the prank show on True TV,
like Punk?
Impractical Jokers.
Oh, yeah.
So we had the producer, he was a former producer of Impractical Jokers, and we was trying to figure out something like that to find something like kind of like loosely scripted type show like that. And that was damn near 10 years ago. As far as doing a movie together, if one of them wrote something. It's like, yo, let's do this. Then I would do it because those are my guys. But I never aspired to do anything like that because I'm always looking for separation from the crew. You know, I really want to stand on my own. Let me tell you something about me, man. It's so crazy. I have an older brother, right? So my whole life prior to college, I was his little brother. So I was left alone. I was somewhat cool or whatever because of my brother laid that foundation in our town. And when I got to college, one of my friends, he was 2 years older than me, went to school together. He played on the football team. And I was so afraid of just being myself that I came to school and I was telling everybody that he was my cousin. So I'm trying to attach to somebody so that I get some sort of clout or something. Stand-up comedy was the first, and I refused to, once I got over that shit, I was like, I'm not joining no fraternity because I really want to be known for just Naeem.
Yeah.
And then when I started doing stand-up comedy, that was the first time where I was like, yo, this is just me. I'm making a name for myself. And then early into my career, I'm attached to this guy. So my whole life,
it's finally all about me. Oh, Kevin Hart. Hey, how you doing?
my whole life, I've been attached to someone else, and all I ever really wanted is to just be my own person, my own self, my own artist, and be respected as that versus that such and such boy or he's part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I respect that.
So that's a great segue. So then how good, when it happened, does assistant living feel? When that opportunity comes, when you get to shoot, hey, baby, it's me and Tyler Perry. We working.
Right. It feels great to have been casted for that show. Me, it's two ways to look at it. The positive way is, hey, I'm on my own show. The negative way, which we tend to do sometimes, like, if I wasn't at Kevin Hart show, he would have never seen me.
Yeah.
Goddamn Kevin!
Indirectly, it's still because of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
But
if you wasn't funny that night, you wouldn't be on the show.
I killed it, but he wasn't. He just was like, told he was with Crystal Hayslett, and he just like, he was funny as hell. And then she told him like, yeah, TP loves you. And so I was like, well, tell that nigga to give me a show. And then he ended up giving me a show.
I'll show you, man.
Let me ask you this, what small decisions you've made do you feel has changed your life in a big way?
Small decisions.
Yeah, something small, but very impactful.
Maybe when I cut my hair.
Why is that?
I had locks, and they were long. They was like down my back. They were long as hell. And I just felt like if I'm trying to cross over into this acting thing, I need to have a different look. I can't be just this guy with the locks. It's not going to work.
For anyone that doesn't know what he's talking about being a non-threatening Negro. I just cut my hair damn near similar reasons.
But I didn't have a thuggish look. I just felt like I could be typecast into a certain role with this hair. And I cut it. And then the first show I did after I cut it, I got booed off the stage. I was like,
the power's in that.
Give my hair back.
Every time you get booed off stage, I feel like there's a blessing right behind that.
I don't know. It's been a lot of times. It just was what it was.
According to this rhythm, the love from the pilot was great, so that means some bullshit gonna happen, and then the next thing gonna get picked up. That's the rhythm of your life.
But it's always some good stuff after the bullshit, though.
That's what I'm saying. It's like just right after that.
For sure.
That's the key to life. Right after you go through the bullshit, on the other side, it's gonna be something good. This is what I wanted to ask you though about assisted living. Do you ever read Tyler Perry's scripts and say to him, "I have some notes"?
So,
at least out loud, you mean?
Right. If I did, nigga, I wouldn't say that.
That's what I'm saying, out loud.
But
what are you saying out loud? That's different.
He only wrote the first season.
Oh.
And he only directed half of the first season. And then after that, they brought some writers on, and the last couple seasons, Mark Swinton, who's the director, he's wrote all of the episodes. So honestly, when he wrote that first season, it was very like he wasn't done. every season they're not done. We're filming and they're still writing the episodes.
Yeah.
But the very first episode, I think he had like 25 pages. Right? So,
I love it.
So he's like, we're going to figure it out while we shooting. And he was just feeding us lines, and it was funny as hell.
Okay.
Shit was funny as hell, and I was enjoying it. But as far as his writing style, he does what works. You can criticize it all you want. He started off this way. That's how he built his fan base. He's still doing it, and it works. Yeah. Like, the people that hate on this shit the most are the people that finish the show. They finish the movie. I got to see what happens.
Right.
You know, you caught in whatever it is, and that could be completely intentional.
I mean, in his defense, I just had a conversation with somebody who was filming something for Apple TV, and they doing the same thing. They were writing day to day. Yeah, literally coming in, switching it in the moment.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you got a lot of Jews, man, of just experiences that from Jersey all the way to you being part of the team, and you got the sitcom and different things like that. And as you're figuring stuff out, like, what's a question you wish you had the answer to?
I mean, the obvious one is why they're not fucking with me like that. And I come up with all type of different shit in my head. Like,
and when you say they, you mean, is it the same they?
Yeah. The powers that be.
The niggas that be. You ain't got no power left.
I remember at one point my agent was like, yo, they love you at ESPN, man. I'm like, word? Like, somebody at ESPN that was important, they saw something that I did and they liked it. And then just nothing ever came from that. And I was like, and I thought about it one day. I was like, I be posting some shit on Twitter. Like, I might have said something fucked up that they was like, nah, we can't do nothing with this guy. And then, of course, over the years, my disdain for Stephen A. Smith, I trash him every chance I get. But I think all the time, like, is it something I said? I mean, when Kev did the Mark Twain, he got the Mark Twain prize. I show up with a Palestine pin on my lapel. Like, I'm about that shit. You know, I'm not the person that's like on the front line, but I use my platform to discuss social shit. Like, yo, this shit ain't cool, and I try to educate people. And I think that's just as important, if not, I say just as important as the people that are out there marching, on the front line and all that. So I think that whenever I'm thinking something, I'm like, yo, maybe I did something, maybe I said something, maybe it's my demeanor. People take me the wrong way all the time. I just don't have no fake in me. Like, if I have to put on and be fake friendly and all that stuff, that shit, like, almost literally brings me pain, Because I don't like doing that shit.
Right.
So.
To piggyback on what London was asking, I have noticed that it seems like you're more comfortable being vulnerable on social media than in person. So, like, for instance, your video that you posted recently, basically, like, closed mouths don't get fed. And, you like, the way you got on Safe Space with Kev on stage is because you like, yo, I'm trying to, I
want to get down.
I'm trying to get down. Yeah. Same thing with the Tyler Perry thing. Why do you feel like it at least appears that you're more comfortable on social media, or what causes you to say, you know what, I'm gonna kind of say how I'm feeling on IG?
Well, I'm pretty vulnerable when anybody asks the questions, just like right now. Anytime I do a podcast or interview, if they ask the questions, I'm gonna answer. Like, one thing about me, I'm super honest. So in person, I'm just not talking to anybody that I'm not cool with like that. And if me and you have a conversation, it's going to be surface. You're not going to ask me nothing that's deep. Because if you did, I'd answer it. So it's not that I'm not vulnerable in person. I'm vulnerable on stage. It's just that these questions are not being asked. And when it comes to social media, it's just always me trying to develop some type of content. I'm still trying to figure out what my angle is going to be for social media that gets the engagement that I want. So I know that being vulnerable and not being vulnerable in a way to where it's like I'm not asking people to pity me is always going to be like, oh, I respect that, or that's some good shit. And those are things that get shared and liked and commented on. Right. So that's why I'm like that on social media.
So in that same vein, for finding the thing that works for you, how much did you enjoy like radio for. I was calling Straight from the Heart radio.
It was radio.
Yeah.
People
So
think it was a pod. It was radio.
Gotcha.
I love that shit, and I didn't want to do it at first.
The reason I asked is because I feel like that was a shining moment for you. I felt like you have a lot of different facets and a lot of different. You're knowledgeable in a lot of different spaces,
right?
And this
a lot
allowed
of
them,
shit.
So it allowed them to shine all at the same time, and it was like a beautiful vehicle for you. Do you want to do more?
Man, I hate that this show is done. I never wanted to do radio because I always looked at it as a retirement job, and but the way it was, Kev approached us with it, and it's like, yo, we just doing this as something to do simultaneously with everything else is going on. I was like, all right. And then I started to love it because it just gave me the freedom to talk about any and everything. And it gave me a chance to show people that, like you said, the fastest, I could talk about anything. And some people liked me. That was the thing about the show. Everybody had their favorites. So some people might hate me. Some people might love Wayne or vice versa, Spank, whatever. So I was hoping that we would, once the show got canceled, we would turn it into a podcast.
Yes.
But the guys were just not on the same page. We weren't even on the same page when we were doing the damn show. Like, people were not showing up or show when they want to and make other things a priority. And I'm like, bro, we got something good here. People fuck with us. And also, the money is not bad. Like, if I lived modestly, I could have lived off that shit, you know? But because I don't live modestly, that was that was my car money.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I can get whatever cars I want. This is my car money right here.
Oh, the whole car. Oh, I think it's the payment of the car. Okay.
Let me tell you something about now. Not even gonna have them cars. You hear me?
No, yeah, the monthly payments of the car.
Look at that. Okay.
Are you an enthusiast for cars?
I've
seen you at.
I seen that. What's that purple joint?
No. Forget the purple shit.
Which
Let me
one?
tell you where it started for me.
Okay.
So don't forget the purple.
Okay.
I don't have no purple. I never had no purple car.
Yeah, like it was almost like the color of it was some sort of blue, purple, something, Benz, something, I think. You never saw that joint? He got out of one.
I had a matte blue.
Oh well.
Okay.
AMG GT 4-door, which is what I got now, but I got a 2-door.
Don't play with me.
Hey, like I remember.
If it was,
No, it was clean.
No, let me tell you the
Man, I remember
funniest
that was
shit. It was you gotta tell the story about having the Aston delivered to the
barbershop.
Oh, that's big flex.
Oh,
To the
boy.
shop?
Yeah,
Was it Garrick shop? Was it okay.
Yeah. I'm a show off. You know? Like, straight up, especially with cars. I've always been into cars. So yeah, I was like, I bought the car, and you know they had to wash it. Whatever. I was like, yo, you know what? Just deliver it to the barbershop. I'm going to get my hair cut. Just stun on these niggas real quick. And they came. Oh shit!
It's an Aston Martin outside, man. Oh, yeah.
Next to these Hondas and these other things.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, is it true? Then when Kev got all y'all those muscle cars,
I gave it back.
You gave it back. Why you gave
Eventually,
it back?
I didn't get it back right away because I didn't. So this is how that all started. One day we were on a plane, and Harry asked everybody, if you could get an old school car, what would you get? And everybody named their car, and it got to me, and I said, nothing. I don't want that. I don't want no old school car. And because that was already the gift that that Kevin came up with, we showed up. He's like, yo, come outside. I got y'all something. And I had to get a car too. And it was cool, but I got some stuff done to it, like put speakers in it, whatever.
Right.
Radio says bullshit. And I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. So I wasn't driving, and he was like, I'll buy it back from you. So I said, all right. And I kind of felt bad about that because he gifted it to me. But the truth is, I could have just sold it to somebody else and got the money. But I wouldn't do that because it was a gift. So he was like, I'll buy it from you. I'm like, all right. So he gave me like half the money, and he never gave me the rest. I didn't trip about it.
What's considered an old car in general, or it had to be an old school muscle car?
There was old school muscle cars. I had
because I had an idea in my head for an old school car for you, and I'm just like,
I had a 69 GTO.
Okay, got you.
It was clean.
That's
you know,
fire,
the paint job was nice. It was a nice car. It was a stick shift, which I learned how to drive on a stick, so that was cool.
How would you feel about the Ferrari The red
Testarossa?
The old one, the Beverly Hills Cop one.
You mean Miami Vice?
No, I mean Beverly Hills Cop.
That's probably the same one, the Testarossa.
Yeah,
had those black slits on the side.
Yeah.
So I had a poster in my room when I was a kid that said Decisions and had the Lamborghini Countach.
I remember that.
Yeah, had the Ferrari Testarossa and had the Porsche 911 on it. And at the time, yeah, I loved it. And Ferrari was probably my dream car until I did like one of those race joints on the track where you go drive and I was like, all right, I'm over that. But if I got something like that, that would have been great.
See, fucking knew it.
That's
old school,
but that's a car from the 80s.
Yes.
You know, but the upkeep on that shit would have been a bitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
The upkeep on the regular old school car is a bitch, but you talking about an Italian sports car,
Ford, all of that.
yeah, like it would have been a headache, but it would have been cool to have. But honestly, bro, I don't like if it ain't got no push start and the backup camera and all that shit. I don't want to drive it.
What's been your favorite? Because I've seen you go through cars. This is why we having this conversation.
I've had a lot.
Yeah. What's been the? Is there one that you gave back that you miss, or is there one that you've loved and it's like I could be in these all the time?
I've loved almost all of my cars, but when it was time to give them back, I was done with them.
You like Astons though?
I've had two.
Yeah,
I've had two, and both of them had problems.
Okay.
So I probably won't get another one. But the last one I had a orange DBX, which is the SUV. As far as look and drive, that was probably the best car I've ever had, minus the problems. But it was orange on the outside, orange on the inside. Had big ass factory wheels. I don't know if they were factory wheels, but the dealership put those wheels on it.
but the vet.
I still got that.
Okay.
But I don't drive it. I'm saving that for my daughter.
Okay.
Oh, that's what's up.
I haven't driven that shit in years. So by the time she's of age, it'll be 20 years old. But that Aston Martin, the DBX, it just had a crazy handle, especially for SUV. That was probably my best car.
Hey, so you own a boxing gym, right? Ain't you part owner of a boxing gym?
I'm the owner.
You the owner?
Yeah, but we're about to go out of business. Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, something else is on the way. Something else is.
Right, something
else is on the way.
Yeah.
We learned.
There's
Just
something
to
else
break it up
coming.
bad shit. Sorry, I apologize.
Don't bother me though. It doesn't bother me.
Okay.
The economy is fucked up right now. Most businesses are failing, especially boutique fitness.
Yeah.
You know, my gym is boxing, it's circuit training. So people come in, they lose the weight, they get in shape. Now they want to start building muscle. We don't offer that. So people will get their goals and then they will leave. And really it was like we got prime real estate right next to Whole Foods, but the rent is high as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The membership is kind of high. It did okay. We lasted for 3 years. We were the #1 franchise in all of the whole thing, the whole corporation, and we still going
Is
out
this
of
the
business.
announcement? Now I'm finna buy a black comedy club in Hollywood, man. Y'all give it up for him, man. Finally, man. You know, he love comedy, man. We need one. All right.
Let me ask you, where, as far as, do you have nicknames?
Do I have a
Yeah, do you have a
nickname?
name? I mean, I guess,
yeah.
What's supposed to be? Brian?
Yep.
You don't like saying it. It's a regular B name.
Yeah. Braxton.
It ain't no goddamn Braxton.
Yeah. How you been?
Was your daddy named that name?
I don't. What's the father?
Okay.
Is it T your middle name?
Yeah.
Okay. That'd have been
I bet I
weird.
keep hitting your
No,
knee.
no, you
I
didn't.
done touched his knee like 3 times.
You know what?
during
Don't put
this-
over. It's my fault. I read your nickname. Is it name 4000? Is that true?
That's some shit I created.
Where did that come from?
Like Andre 3000, I was like, I'm further in the future than that nigga.
Okay, you know what? Go ahead, man. I ain't mad at that.
That it never caught on. Nobody called me that shit.
There you have it.
Hey, baby. You did it, man.
The one and only.
Naim Lynn,
Naim
baby.
Lynn, everybody.
I'm surprised you didn't ask them questions.
I asked him. You know why I did it? No, we still rolling now. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, the way our YouTube popped off is because of that question. The clips
With Spank?
With Spank. Because I did ask. I asked Spank You know, and people were saying I was being messy, and I wasn't trying.
You've been messy.
A little bit, but it's not the intent. My thing is I fuck with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know I've seen y'all on tour with Kevin. I know how funny y'all are. I know personally, and this is just me. Even when we was doing YouTube, I would always put my homeboys on. London was in my early YouTube shit.
By the way, I didn't know none of y'all niggas was friends.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Like, this is a weird setup.
That's hilarious.
They know each other?
It's only because like I'm the type of person. If I think my homeboys are funny, I'm gonna put them in an acting position. I'm not finna just have them on the road with me doing stand up.
Right.
I feel like to make it in Hollywood, you have to have some. Well, it used to be this way. You have to have have some type of TV or film presence.
Right.
And so just to put somebody on the road with you is cool. You put money in their pocket and you helping to help pay their bills. That's phenomenal. But if you really want to see your homeboy win, I feel like you put them in your TV in your films, because even with Think Like a Man, that's what really catapulted his career to the next level. The Shaq All-Star helped. But it was when he started Think Like a Man.
As a movie star, yeah. As stand up, he was already, yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And so I know you do want to do acting as well. And so me personally.
More acting.
And so me personally, if I know this is my nigga, and I know this is his dream,
yeah,
I'm gonna be like, man, get in this movie role real quick. I like
a small role.
Yeah, the small role, because I know it's gonna help build the credits. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's what that shit is about. So I ask you, why don't you think Kevin don't put you in his films?
So I've been asked this question several times over the years, and I've had different answers. And usually my response is like, I always show the appreciation of what he has done, which is the road shit, the touring stuff. And I always say that I don't feel entitled, and he's not obligated to do any of that stuff. I'm just grateful for what he has done. But the question to why he doesn't, honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I've come up with different things in my mind, and it's never what other people think, because people are like, oh, he don't want you to shine, or he afraid you're gonna steal the spotlight. And I'm like, nah, that's never how I felt. Like, Kev is a superstar. You know what I'm saying? And the first time that he really started to get something to where I was like, he can help. The only reason I even question him about it is because he created that in me. Before, without me even expecting anything, he said, we're going to be like Adam Sandler and his crew. And so then I was like, I think it was probably like Real Husbands of Hollywood, and I won't get into the background of that shit because it doesn't matter. But when I was like, yo, whatever, he was like, what you doing for yourself? And I said, what the fuck was Arsenio doing when Eddie put him in Coming to America?
right, exactly.
And he ain't had no comeback. He just laughed because he knew I had a point. But when I think about it, when I saw you had a conversation with Spank, I start thinking about it again, because I don't think about it that often. And I watch Arsenio, and I'm like, outside of the Arsenio Hall show, which was huge, what has Arsenio done besides what Eddie's put him in? So what has Adam Sandler's people done, minus the Chris Rocks and the David Spade, but those other guys, that his friends that are just in the movies, what have they done besides that? So could him putting me in something potentially just, once again, keep me under the umbrella and not provide other opportunities? Is it just another check again? Right. Is it just like, that's just Kevin Hart's boy, and he put him in the movie? So to answer your question, I don't know why, but after thinking about it, I have to say, would that really help me and put me where I truly want to be? I don't know, because I can get into a part and kill it, but because I'm already associated with him, it could still be like Entourage. entourage.
Right.
Like you look at somebody like Craig Robinson, who got down with
Judd Apatow.
Judd Apatow. He started off in Knocked Up, had the funniest part in the whole movie, the cameo, the bouncer at the club, and then he started doing more stuff with them. Now, if that was Kevin's movie and I get that part, am I going to start doing other things, or am I just going to be around for the next Kevin Hart movie? So I don't know why. Somebody should ask him because the whole idea of when I asked him, the whole idea of what are you doing for yourself, I had to tell him like, bro, I moved to LA. I'm taking acting classes. I'm doing this. I'm actually trying. So that's what I'm doing for myself. And then when I produce my own project and still nothing comes of it, you know, you see that I've done the work.
Right.
So it could be, once again, I'm just thinking I'm pulling shit out of my ass. Pause. So I don't know what his thinking is, but it doesn't really matter at this point. And honestly, when I do get whatever that it is, and it has nothing to do with him, then it's going to feel that much better.
So on that note, because okay, the Arsenio thing is really interesting because I was thinking about this the other day. When you think of Coming to America, Arsenio's technically the comic relief, even though Eddie is Eddie. He's the comic relief in this film, and every time we've seen Arsenio show up.
I think they both kind of like as Simi and Akeem, they kind of just whatever.
No, I think as Simi Akeem, I think Simi is for sure the comic relief. Now, as the characters, then you know what I mean. But as those two characters, he's kind of Simi is who we're going to for. Like we're going to him for kind of the punches,
right?
But within.
Eddie lets people get off though.
Absolutely.
And Boomerang, Martin was the comic relief.
Absolutely.
David Allen Greer, Eddie was the straight guy.
Absolutely. So in that same world, so touring, right? It makes sense to have my dogs around me on touring because I know what's going to happen on the stage and killing it, and this feels great moving as a unit. In life, I feel most comfortable with these people around me moving as a unit. Not for nothing, I don't know if it probably enhances or helps on screen as well. The biggest, possibly the biggest Kevin Hart film might just be in that same world. It might be with you and Spank and whoever has the aspirations within this space, because I feel like I get highly irritated when I see the vitriol that comes from people towards Kev, because I've never seen a nigga do bad on stage. Like I was like, I don't know what you guys are watching, but in the room, this nigga is consistently destroying. So I don't understand that narrative. But
he's a beast now,
bro. So when you're watching Real Husbands, this is one of those things where it's like, you get to see all the synapses firing. It's a place for him to feel very, very comfortable. I feel like that would be the same thing in the movie with y'all. I don't know what that script is. I don't know what it looks like. I have definitely just Plastic Boy script popped in my head like that.
Yeah.
But for that world, I feel like that amazing film might be that too.
I don't doubt that, but then that's once again the Plastic Cup Boyz, which is what I'm trying to ultimately separate myself from and just be like a individual talent.
Yeah.
In Kevin's defense, he offered me a role in Fight Night. And I told him prior to that, because the whole thing, for a while, the discussion had become, y'all think I could do this, y'all think I could do that. And I know that he could, but he was like, once I start doing, heartbeat projects, then we can have that discussion. And so Fight Night came about, which was not the first Heartbeat project, but it came about, and as an afterthought, he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get y'all in it. And I don't take the afterthought personally because he has so much going on. I don't take most shit personally with him because I know how busy he is.
Absolutely.
His mind is everywhere. So with that, he's like, I got something. And I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it. And then the call that I got was, hey Naeem, so we're gonna put you, Joey, and Spank in the opening scene, and it's not part of the script. You guys just going to figure out something that's going to show your camaraderie, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, this ain't no fucking reality show. What you mean a camaraderie?
Right. Give me a role that I can sink my teeth into. Give me some lines and let me work.
IMDb credits.
Right. Give me something to where I can show my chops. I don't want to be in a scene as the Plastic Cup Boy.
Right.
And we had a really big fight about that. And at the end of the day, I had to tell him, like, yo, I didn't ask you for this shit. And you can't get mad if I don't want to do it. This is my career.
Right.
If I don't want to do something, you have to respect that. And it'd be one thing if I'm begging you, please, 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 but it wasn't on that type of time.
Right.
So you're offering me something that's not even, that could possibly be cut out of the fucking movie.
Right.
And this is not what you pitched to me. You said, we're going to find something for you guys, might be in multiple episodes, blah, blah, blah. And then the call that I received was the complete opposite of what he had just told me.
Right.
So we had a big fight about it.
I love how y'all communicate.
We talked
Give it all 100 years.
We had a big fight about it. But honestly, when we talked about it, actually him and Spank had a big fight about it because Spank was defending my take on it, and I wasn't there. So when him and I finally had a conversation about it, it was one of the best conversations we ever had.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, so I mean, all that to say, he did end up finally putting me in something.
Okay.
That's what it's about.
Shout out to Kevin Hart.
He decided, I'm in 72 hours. I got a small part that's going to come out next year. And you got to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
Got to start somewhere.
So, yeah.
And Spank you next. Okay.
Spank in it too. He in it too.
Spank in it too.
Yeah.
I'm a hater. Okay.
Shout out to Tim Story, Will Packer.
Yeah, Tim Story, Will
Kevin
Packer.
Hart,
Appreciate them dudes.
All right, now, so we got a game on here.
Okay.
We call Kill It or Let Live. All right, kill it or let live. I'm gonna throw out some topics. You gonna say whether we should kill it, like you ain't cool with it, or let it live. It's all good. Kill it or let live. All right. A man's wife goes on vacation, but she says she not taking her cell phone. What you think?
Kill it or let it live? You gotta kill her.
She can't go without the cell phone. She can't have her girls trip.
Nah. If a man did that shit, they showing up.
Right.
They showing up on the vacation. Hell no.
And technically, if you my guy, it's my job to protect you. I need to know where you're at. I need to know
the
you're
protection. You out there with what Eddie Murphy say, Dexter St. Jacques? Nah. Kill it.
All right. Kill it or let live. Stephen A. Smith for president.
Man, next question. Fuck him. Kill it.
Where did that come from? What was it? What?
He a coon. He's a coon.
Oh, okay.
It started. I used to like Stephen A. Smith. It started with the Colin Kaepernick shit. He was on Colin Kaepernick's neck, and I didn't understand why he was coming at him so hard. Like, bro stood for something, and he like, well, but what's your end goal? What are you doing? Like, he's supposed to come to you and tell you about that shit. Who the fuck are you? It started with that, and then it just got worse from there. Kill it.
All right. Stephen A. Smith, you're always invited. No, I'm joking. Nah, I'm a coon. Kill it or let live. Tyler Perry says he wants you to come over to his crib late night to discuss a movie.
Come on, man.
To discuss a movie role.
You know what? This is why he's here.
Trying to start some trouble.
This is just as ridiculous.
He's
All right. Let me rephrase it.
Okay.
Kill it or let live. A high-powered producer says, come over to my house late night so we could discuss a movie role.
I'm going to say let it live. And even if it's Tyler Perry, let it live, because whatever's been said about him are allegations. And I've never had any problems with him. And even if the allegations are true and if that's what he's into, he knows, I believe that people know who they can test that shit on. And I'm not the one. So if you ask me to come over to talk about movies, that's what I'm expecting to do. And if it goes somewhere else, I'm the fuck out of there. I'm not about to let some things happen and build up a case so that I can sue you. I'm going.
I'm out of there.
Right.
Let it live.
Kill it or let live. I feel like, all right, kill it or let live. Eating a girl's ass. I added on to it. Wait a minute.
Yeah, he got a remix version of this.
Yeah, we got to read that. Eating ass every episode.
Killing or let live. Eating a girl's ass right after she just left the gym.
Come on, man. You gotta kill it, bro. Wait. That could be taken the wrong way. You kill it like you killing the eat.
Yeah.
Nah, the answer's no.
No?
Yeah.
The answer is no.
Hey, man.
Who would do that?
I like to it's some nasty. It's some nasty. BT.
Go to the gym, get it nice and sweaty, and then I'm gonna eat it.
I'm not going to eat your ass after the gym.
Why are you eating anything?
Anything after the gym, BT. Why you?
I'm just saying we can
Don't
go
look up
eat
in the air,
a
BT. You're thinking
smoothie.
of-
We can go have a smoothie.
Oh.
You
A
outta here.
smoothie?
No, I'm saying
That's
we
some
can go.
sick shit, man.
We can go eat together. You guys, come on.
You know, there's no judgment here. I'm sorry, BT. I shouldn't have made you feel that way about that, BT. You eat what you want to eat, BT.
It's your mouth.
I'll suck titties after she got out the gym. I ain't gonna hold you.
But why? Why not just say, hey, take a shower real quick? Like
I don't
that
know.
means like it's
BT's
a
nasty.
you want that.
That's right.
I gotta get back to the game.
Okay. All right.
My friend's waiting for me on Call of Duty. I'm sucking 2 titties and I'm going back to the room.
All right. This is the last one. Kill it or let live. Starring in a movie, but making Kevin Hart audition for a role.
Why you set him up like that?
I'm not-
Why is that the face every time? That is what's been killing me, bro.
Let it live. Let it live. You gotta earn your part of this, bro.
Okay.
That's funny.
That's
right, I'm
stupid. I have to ask about the special. The special was great. You I know you want to do another one.
Which one?
The last one you just did.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I feel like you always writing for a special.
Well, I have so with that special, it was the end of our tour, and I told we were doing arenas, so they have a live feed of the show on the screen. So I was like, yo, just film that for me, and I'm gonna use it as a special.
Got
I
it.
don't pay no fucking money. Just put it on YouTube. So I did that again at the end of this tour, but I haven't gotten it yet. And when I was doing it, I was like, this is okay. I don't know how special it is. It was an outdoor venue. It was in like somewhere in Nevada, some weird place. So I'm not sure I'm going to want to use that. But part of me wants to just shoot one again. I mean, even since then, I've got some more jokes. So it's like I keep putting out these half hours, and I think half hour is cool because people's attention span is so low.
I agree.
But if I could do something to where it's like 40 to 45 minutes, and then add some BTS shit along with it, or
Yeah.
just some extra footage, I would do that. But do I want to spend the money where I could just take this footage and just put it on YouTube is the question.
Well, I was gonna say what's equally as important nowadays are the clips. So
Right.
Clips are
even if the one that you already got shot, I would say cut that. Matt Rife, I always tell people, Matt Rife told me that before he popped, he was like he was just shooting his special for the clips. He was like, I'm doing an hour and I'm really
But his shit is all crowd work though.
right. But I'm saying if
This
you
not
go,
OnlyFans. OnlyFans was the first one, but it was material.
yeah,
okay.
yeah, it was material.
Yeah.
Yep, it was material. And so that's what I'm saying. Like even if you put it on YouTube, you still have an editor cut up and put the clips out on YouTube Shorts and Instagram. Cause that'll do a lot.
I was talking to somebody the other day. I was talking to Malik S. He's like, yo, you got all this footage out there. You should cut all your specials up over the years
Yep,
and clips and put them out.
I agree.
I'm like, damn, that's true. I got a Comedy Central special. I did Live at Gotham at Comedy Central. I got the Plastic Cup Boyz special. Two of those. I got the last one I did was on YouTube, and then I just got like random shit from like All Def Comedy and Bad Boys of Comedy. I probably could
All you need,
cut all
bro,
that up.
I love your bad was.
You got the roast, I think, Arsenio.
All you
Yeah,
need is an
yeah.
editor. People think they need assistants nowadays. Your number one thing is an editor. To get an editor on your team.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you. You started my my burger journey. Top 5 burgers, bro.
In the world or like in LA?
That you've had, that the one that you.
I told you I went to that spot you told me about, right?
Yeah.
That was
What
solid.
spot is it?
Yeah.
Bill's
Burgers on. It's in Oxnard.
and Van Nuys. Yeah,
It's
they
super
close at like 3 or 4. Yeah.
But it's fire, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Man, it's shit, man. It's hard to say, bro. The most consistent burger is Five Guys. I'm
Five
sorry.
Guys.
Yeah, I like Five Guys.
It tastes the same all the time. They got good ass cheese. You can make it the way you want. Easy Street Burger is a really solid smash burger. You been there? Keith Lee went there. It's on Lancashire in North Hollywood, like by the BMW dealership.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah.
It's
I'm gonna
next
slide
to a
up.
restaurant called And Waffles. Shit, bro. Oh my God. I had this burger. It was incredible. It's this place in Montclair, New Jersey called Farball. It's a French restaurant.
Okay.
And it's a seasonal thing. They just do it whenever they feel like doing it. It's a burger, a Wagyu burger with an oxtail marmalade. Wagyu truffle burger with an oxtail marmalade and caramelized onions.
Damn.
That shit was $75 and it was worth every dollar.
Say word.
Damn.
It was incredible. I've only had it one time. Every time I call it, like, nah, we don't have it right now. I'm like, man, just make that shit.
It's seasonal. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So I really can't give you a top 5, but
That was
if I want to, that was 3.
Yeah.
But
You put me on a stout. That was my.
they closed though.
I know.
Yeah, Stout Burger was definitely solid.
I like Stout Burger.
I tell you, you want to make a good burger by yourself. There's a privately go to Ralph's. There's a company called Private Selection. They make all type of shit. They got a prime rib burger. It's in a black box. That should be better than any burger you can buy. Black, and it's always on sale. It's always on sale. Prime rib burger. Throw like you barely need any season. Tiny bit of season. Fire.
Damn.
There it is. This is my last question. Career wise, you killing it. You're touring. You got the show. If you can have it career wise, and when it's all said and done, what does it look like to you? How are you killing it in overall? Is it directed? Is it produced? Is it starting a movie, a TV show? What does it look like?
I can't see myself ever wanting to be behind the camera. Okay. Now, if I start doing a lot of films and shit, then maybe I could find an interest in it. But I don't think I want to do that. Like, I see Lil Rel doing that shit already. I'm like, if I could have the perfect career, it would be somewhere between, and this is how I feel right now. We evolve into feeling different ways. It would be somewhere between Anthony Anderson and Samuel L. Jackson.
I love it.
Anthony Anderson always works. He's famous, but he's not too famous. Ain't nobody about to chase him down the fucking mall. But he's a respected actor. He's a comedic actor. He does everything. He always working. Samuel L. Jackson is the guy you don't get tired of. You know, I like people they get tired of certain people. A lot of people are tired of Kev because every time you turn the TV on, he's on a commercial or he's doing something. Nobody gets tired.
That's a good point. Cause Sam's work a lot. Yeah.
Nobody
we don't feel overwhelmed like
you know, like, man, this nigga again.
Yeah, that's true. And he get in commercials and all that too.
You say
That's a
commercial?
good point.
I know.
Nobody gets tired of Sam, and he's done every type of role you could think of. Everybody loves Sam Jackson. So somewhere between, that's how I feel right now. Like, I just want to, if I could do 2 movies a year, if I could tour when I want to, not because I have to,
Right.
then that's a great place to be. And when I die, if I decide I want to retire, I don't gotta work until I'm dead if I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? John Witherspoon, and I don't know if he had to, but he worked until the end. And I don't want to be that. I want to be like, all right, I'm done. Let me sit down somewhere. I don't think I'll ever be that way though, because as a comic, you know, you're creative. You always like, I got to get on stage and get this shit out.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I just want it to be because I feel like it. If I never want to win a lottery, because if I do, that means I have nothing to strive for, at least financially. Like I could have anything. I like saying I want something and then working for it. But if I did win the lottery, I would still do everything I'm doing. I would still perform. Because for me, it's not about the money. The money is important, but it's never been about the money.
It is.
Hey, man, before we get out of here, man, you know, we be forgetting, make sure y'all subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. Get in them comments. We be forgetting to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure you subscribe.
Hey, the number's going up too, man. So we appreciate everybody that's subscribing, leaving comments. We appreciate you. I've been Justin Hires.
London Brown.
BT Kingsley.
And the one and only Naeem
Lynn,
Lynn, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.